Welcome to this introduction to mindfulness. Mindfulness is front page news. Not long ago, a Time magazine cover announced the mindful revolution, the science of finding focus in a stressed out, multitasking culture. As the article points out, mindfulness training offers real health benefits and a strategy for coping with the stresses of an increasingly wired world. And that was before the world was turned upside down by the COVID-19 virus, and recently topped by the burgeoning social unrest seeking a remedy for injustice and inequality. One of the most insidious results of stress is that it can lead to a pattern of declining overall health and performance, not only at work, but in all areas of life. Mindfulness replaces the vicious cycle of stress and illness with self-sustaining growth in both physical wellness and mental resilience. The many benefits of mindfulness have become a celebrated value for corporate cultures as well as individual well-being. Learning to be attentive to one's own experience fosters personal growth and the ability to better listen to others, which couldn't be more important than in these demanding times. So what is mindfulness? Well, we've all seen the little raffle ticket on which is printed this surprisingly profound message: you must be present to win. Well, it's true. You must be present to win. Now, usually our minds are bouncing around between the past and the future, rarely in the here and now. So what does it mean to be truly present to our own experience and to others with whom we communicate and interact? Haven't we wasted enough time ruminating over what was and speculating about what will be? Mindfulness is a secular contemplative practice for enhancing an individual's capacity for focus and awareness. It directs one to pay attention in a particular way, with purpose, in the present moment, non-judgmentally. Mindfulness cultivates the abilities to, 1, clearly observe and deeply experience physical sensations, thoughts, and emotions. 2, express genuine self-awareness and authentic empathy. And 3, enjoy life experiences fully, beyond the labels or judgments we usually apply to them. Mindfulness uses awareness of breathing and systematic relaxation techniques to help synchronize body and mind. Mindfulness practice instills peace and perspective, reducing the anxiety that amplifies stress and pain. It enables one to replace emotional reactivity to stressful events with clarity and composure. In addition to remedying the problems related to stress, the practice of mindfulness also engenders sharper focus and concentration, developed through detailed attention to the ongoing stream of physical and mental experiences. That results in clearer thinking and better decision-making, the keys to optimum leadership and productivity. Mindfulness promotes greater personal and interpersonal self-awareness, essential components of communication, teamwork, and lifelong learning. It also increases emotional stability and the capacity for empathy, and engenders greater resilience and the ability to handle the challenges of change. While these benefits have been recognized in Eastern cultures for over 2,500 years, modern Western scientists and companies are just now beginning to validate them. Research published recently in the Journal of the American Medical Association demonstrated that courses in mindfulness practice result in lower burnout, greater well-being, and enhanced empathy. Mindfulness enhances individual wellness, reducing the cost of absenteeism in healthcare. By fostering creativity and cooperation, it improves morale and productivity. A corporate human resources officer put it this way: healthy employees, engaged employees, they are here for the long term. And if they're here for the long term, the company wins. There are 2 key points to know about mindfulness. 1, mindfulness is both a state of presence as well as a practice for training the mind to return to that state of presence when it wanders. And two, the purpose of mindfulness is to gain insight, not just stress reduction. But first, like turbulent water that obscures what's below, the mind needs to be calmed before we can get clarity. Calm and clear are the goals. With that clarity, we can then explore the nature of thoughts, perceptions, and emotions, and how to best work with them for our own benefit and the benefit of others. Scientific research has discovered that mindfulness triggers neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to transform to a higher state of internal and interpersonal functioning. The habits that empower or impede empathy and authentic communication are revealed in mindfulness practice. We can apply these insights to explore the causes of stress and the ways to prevent burnout, and how mindfulness can transform the workplace into a venue for the cultivation of personal and interpersonal growth, creativity, and accomplishment. The practice of mindfulness is introduced through directed experiential exercises. This is first taught in an upright sitting posture. If you're lying down, there's a tendency to get sleepy, and standing up, a tendency to get antsy. So first, we do centering and grounding exercises. These include guidance and systematic relaxation, calming of mental agitation, and deeper awareness of bodily sensations. This is to stabilize body and mind as the foundation on which to build mindfulness practice. So let's do this together. Take a moment to sit up straight. As we were told in school, sit up and pay attention. And then gently close your eyes. Let any excess tension beyond what you need to hold your posture flow out of your body by mentally scanning from head to toe, letting any tension you find dissolve as much as it will without trying to push it away. We often become accustomed to tension so much that we are not even aware of it. So, starting from the top of your head and working down, notice any tension you might find in your jaw and neck, in your shoulders, your chest and upper back, your arms, and your hands, down to your lower back and deep belly. We usually think of our minds as being in our heads, behind our foreheads. So let your awareness move back and down, out of your head and into your body, like a leaf slowly drifting down to the bottom of a pond, past your throat, heart, and stomach to your deep core, just below your navel, in front of your spine. Your core moves slightly as you breathe, like gentle currents near the bottom of the pond. It's calm and quiet down there. Then let the weight of your body really sink down into your seat without losing your upright posture. You can even imagine sinking down, down, and merging with the earth. That's as grounded as you can be. You're like a mountain, part of the earth but rising majestically upward. Now that you've gotten grounded and centered, the next part is sitting in stillness, mindfulness of breathing, posture, and environment. That brings a heightened awareness of thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. This is the basic practice that forms the main part of any session. So for this practice, gently open your eyes, still looking slightly downward, aware of your posture and the sensation of breathing. Your eyes are open in this part of the practice because we're training for mindfulness throughout the day, and we can't walk around with our eyes closed. Your gaze is soft, not focused tightly on a spot. Tune into the sensation of your breathing, the feeling that your torso is filling with air as you breathe in, and then emptying as you breathe out. We use breathing as a common object of attention in mindfulness practice because it is always available, it happens by itself, and it connects us with the environment, breathing the environment in and breathing out into the environment. The practice of mindfulness includes training yourself in returning to the focus of your intention when your mind wanders. At some point, your mind will wander into a series of thoughts, like a daydream. When you realize your mind is someplace else, simply smile. You want to have a sense of humor and not beat yourself up, because the mind does wander. And say to yourself mentally, back to breathing. And then return to focus on your posture and breathing, without judging or criticizing yourself for wandering. So let's do that for a couple of minutes. Breathing in, noticing the sensation of filling. Breathing out, and notice the sensation of emptying. Maintaining awareness of your posture, the feeling of filling, the feeling of emptying. Remember, if your mind wanders off into a daydream, simply smile, notice what you're experiencing, and return to awareness of your posture, the sensation of filling as you breathe in, the sensation of emptying as you breathe out. If you start to get a little drowsy, just sit up a little straighter, open your eyes a little wider, and continue to pay attention to your posture and the sensations of filling and emptying as you breathe. You'll find as you relax into the practice, your breathing gets a little bit slower, a little bit easier. The idea is to just notice your breathing and not try to manipulate it. Be an observer rather than a director. Just observing as the breath comes in and you feel the sensation of filling. Observing as the breath goes out and you feel the sensation of empty. You can do this practice for a few minutes at a time, extending it longer and longer as you get more familiar. I recommend 20 minutes maximum. And if you want to do a longer session, then break up the parts of the session with walking mindfulness. Now, walking mindfulness is the slow, deliberate, and attentive walking while bringing awareness to the experience of your physical presence moving through the environment. And as we said, this is done between sessions or after your sitting session as a helpful transition to mindfulness in action. That is what we're training ourselves for, mindfulness in action throughout the day. Being aware of whatever we do in a manner that allows us to thoroughly explore and develop insight about the sensations, feelings, spoken words, and thoughts that accompany different kinds of experiences. The common thread through all of these stages, grounding, sitting, walking, and mindfulness in action, is being more fully in the here and now. Sequentially, they facilitate the ability to be more present in any circumstance, allowing you to respond to every challenge with more clarity and less stress. Now let's talk about the application of mindfulness in the workplace and beyond. I teach two techniques for applying mindfulness in the workplace. One is the PAR system for continuous improvement. PAR, the letters PAR, stands for preparation, the planning and organizing of an activity or project, action, the performance and communications involved in that project, and response to results, feedback and evaluation of how it's going. The PAR system has been compared to Kaizen as practiced in Japan. Ironically, this system of continuous improvement was developed and introduced there by an American named Deming. Applying the PAR approach, we prepare and act with mindfulness so that we have an accurate and insightful response to results that leads to revisions for better preparation next time, leading to improved action, and so on. That's how the PAR system works. The second technique that I teach is the ninja system, a simple but powerful way to change habits, diminishing the unwanted habits and cultivating those that you desire. Ninja stands for necessary intention and non-judgmental awareness, N-I-N-J-A. Necessary intention is the strong desire to change that's necessary to cross the threshold of inertia. The changes you seek can be the revisions that you decided to make in the preparation or action part of your project that you derived from your response to results in the PAR system. Non-judgmental awareness is necessary for change as judgments solidify emotional experiences and deepen unwanted habits. So non-judgmental awareness always moves us in the direction of our intention. These two techniques, the PAR system and ninja, are beneficial at work, at home, and at play. Although mindfulness and these techniques are being learned in a business context right now, with practice, they can be available to you in every circumstance and setting. You gain the most from mindfulness practice when you make it part of your regular routine, like physical workouts that help you stay in shape. As you cultivate the habit of being more authentically present and genuinely responsive, the quality of your life becomes richer and more meaningful. That's it for today, but you can learn more about applied mindfulness and performance psychology through my website, drjoeparent.com. That's drjoeparent.com. And thank you very much for your kind attention. In these times, we may all be a little more mindful and kind, and strive in our own ways to make the world a better place.